This is B2B Marketing 101, a quick fire summary of the 5 key points you need to follow to execute successful marketing and advertising campaigns, as well as listing all the areas people mess up in that you should avoid if you want to see success. Firstly, identify your target audience and learn about them in depth. This is both quantitative, so we want to target people with this job title or in this geography, they need to have this size company, they need to turn over this amount per year. And also it's qualitative, so they have certain personality traits, they operate in certain ways, they hang out in certain places so you know where to advertise to them. If you can describe exactly what your target audience does in a diary basis day to day that relates to your service, you'll have a really easy time marketing and advertising to them. Next up, come up with a strong core offer for your service. So yeah, you have a product or service that someone wants to pay for. However, no one owes you anything. No one can just come to you and give you money for your product or service. You need some way to entice them in so they can learn how good your product or service is. You do this with a front-end offer, something to entice people into the start of your sales process. Common examples of this are for SaaS companies. You would have a free trial where someone can get hands-on with your solution and embed it into their processes. Or with consultation or services, it might be something like a free consult or a workshop or something like that. For e-commerce, it tends to be offers, so discount codes or buy one, get one free. For restaurants, it could be something as simple as the first time you come to the restaurant, you get a free dessert or a free drink. You're giving them value so you can open up the conversation and make them a customer. The best offers are entire no-brainers. And an amazing, irresistible offer can carry everything. It can make your marketing easier, your sales easier, your whole life way easier. So ensure you have a really good offer. Once we have our offer and we understand our target audience, we want to pick a channel that we can market to that target audience within. We want to pick multiple channels with a mix of inbound and outbound for B2B. This is so that we don't end up relying on one specific channel, because if that channel fails, our whole business fails. Also, we want to logically think through which channels fit our target audience. So because we understand where our target audience hangs out, that's obviously the first place we're going to go to market our services. But we can also ask certain questions like, do people in my target audience regularly Google my service and actively look for it? If they do, SEO and PPC are probably really good options. If they never Google my product or service, it's probably not a good idea to spend years on SEO. In that case, maybe we need to go to social media so we can raise awareness of our product or service. So pick channels that logically match your target audience's actions and activities, and also pick a spread of different channels so that you build up a firm foundation. I really hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you are, and you could consider leaving a like or subscribing, mainly for the cat's sake. He'll be fine, but he just wants you to leave one. I would genuinely really appreciate that. Anyway, let's continue with the video. Then, with marketing, ensure you look at the full end-to-end process. Quite often, marketers just look at the marketing part of the process. Are we bringing in leads? Are we increasing visibility? Whereas good marketing looks at the whole process and determines how much return on investment can be made from a marketing practice. So yes, we can determine how many impressions a post on social media gets, but then we also know how many leads that drives. Then we know once the lead comes in, what the follow-up process is, and we know how many of those people close. If you start to see everything from the initial action or activity that you're running through to the sale, not stopping at the point that the lead comes in, but looking at the lead follow-up. So what's the sales team doing once the lead comes in? If you have a full overview of the whole sequence, you'll see where the massive drop-offs are. Quite often, the marketing function can work in terms of bringing in leads, but the sales function isn't following up on those leads properly. And as a result, it's deemed the marketing isn't working because there's no return on investment. When in reality, the issue is simply in the lead follow-up time. So you need to look at the end-to-end process if you want marketing campaigns that are going to bring return on investment. And finally, once you have all of this set up, all you need to do is look at what's working, pick those winners and double down on them, and anything that isn't working, stop doing that activity. Very often, I'll see people who run content marketing campaigns where they've been posting content for a year that gets literally no engagement, but they are still relentlessly performing that action over and over and over. That is a drain on resources and time and money that could be spent on an activity that actually works. You want to focus on the activities and actions that work until they get to the point whereby they bring you diminishing returns. Then focus on adjacent channels which are nearly as effective but not quite as much. These are the most common places that people go wrong when running marketing campaigns. Firstly, they never really get to know their target audience. Secondly, they have no enticing offer on the front end to draw people to them. Next, they'll be able to get leads for their business, but the leads never go anywhere. They never close any of them, and they don't understand why. And finally, they repeat generic actions that bring them no results for years on end. Obviously, each of the points I made at the start of the video are the counter to all of the most common mistakes people make. So if you implement these, you will see better results and success with your marketing. So in a second, I'm going to run you through a quick fire summary so that you can cement everything I've just been through into your brain. But before that, if you've enjoyed this video, if you could consider leaving a like or subscribing, I'd really greatly appreciate it. Additionally, my company Tech Growth Marketing is currently giving away free growth strategy sessions where you can have my time entirely for free, where I'll use all of my expertise, apply it to your exact situation, and give you one-on-one bespoke advice. You can apply for that call via a link in the description below. It's only available to companies that are looking to scale up. If you are literally just getting started and you want some beginner advice, unfortunately, this isn't for you. So here's the quickfire summary. B2B Marketing 101. Identify your target audience and learn about them in depth. Next, come up with an irresistible core offer on the front end of your service to open up conversations with potential customers. Examples are free consultations, free workshops, free trials, anything like that. Next, set up multiple channels that logically match the actions your target audience would use to discover your services or product. Next, look at the full end-to-end process holistically of the marketing and sales function. Quite often leads come in and no follow-up is done, and as a result, no one closes. Next, simply scale up the winners and stop doing the actions that bring you no results. This applies to both marketing channels and the individual actions within those marketing channels. For example, if you find that video content always works, do more of it. If you find that single images on social media never work, do less of that. If you follow these points, you'll avoid all the common pitfalls people fall into with marketing. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, as I say, if you can leave a like or subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you again in another video very soon.